Are we Gucci? Yeah, buddy. Previously on Kimba TV. There's a lot of confluence with volume profile, value area high. Same thing down here. So you've got a zone with different exchanges, different pair, right? Whether it's stable coin or coin margin. And then you have the volume profile, TPO, value area high, value area lows, right? So woo! What's going on, Lions? Happy Monday! Yeah, I think we have a high likelihood we'll rotate to like the 26.4. And so let's see if we can get into a short today, ladies and gentlemen. I got you. Let's look at gammas real quick. Let's look at gammas real quick. Boy! All right, so okay, so let's do this. Let's get nasty. Let's get nasty. So let's delete. Wait, what was it again? So we really shouldn't lose 4405, 4400 today. Let's also do a worst case scenario at 4375 in case it wants to fake us, because it is a Monday. You know, they're not going to get the Lions. No, sir. No, sir. So that's good. So we'll see what the reaction is. You really shouldn't lose 4400, 4405. And I guess worst case would be like 4375, right? So there you go. I'm just waiting to get into a short. We should see a rotation up into the 400s today. So start putting together a plan. I mean, and if you're super bullish and you think I'm a fucking idiot for trying to short the 400, 500, totally valid too, okay? I mean, I think I've done sufficient nerd out. I mean, the levels look good, order flow looks good, S&P looks good. So I think we rotate into like the 4450s for S&P, and that should hopefully pull Bitcoin to like the 26.4, 26.5. So it's the same as Friday, y'all. If you missed last week and you want to nerd out a little bit more on the reasoning and the why, then I would just suggest watching Friday's highlights, Thursday's highlights. But for those of you that were here, it's the weekend just crabbed, basically like tried to stop people out type of shit. Okay, but the plan is still the same from Friday. So I think if I had to be in a position, I would probably prefer to be in a long. And then we'll see when it gets to like the 400, 500. I don't know if it's going to get there today. I don't know if it's going to reject. But I think the higher probability move is that it'll try to go to the 400s or 500s. If for some reason we just lose all support and then we poo-poo, then we already have a plan too. Okay, we'll try to long the bottom of the box. So same thing as like Thursday, Friday, y'all. Dat guy Roja 26420 TPOPOC and 26550 value area high. Yes. So if you remember Dat guy Rojas, I still have some blind limits there from the weekend. Figure out, I'm probably going to change the limits now that it's not the weekend. So I have to take into consideration that the correlation with S&P is on now versus the weekend there wasn't. So it was a little bit easier to just fully depend on the Bitcoin levels. But I do need a little bit of correlation with S&P today. Okay, so it would be interesting to see if the TPO, point of control, or the value area high, whichever one lines up with 4450 is probably the one that would give me more confluence. But 4460 is also is within the one standard deviation, so 4460 is possible too. Maybe 4450 correlates with the point of control, 4460 correlates with value area high. I don't know. That part is kind of up to all of us. You know what I mean? Johnny says, hi, bro. Do you think 4.6 is good on DOT short? Well, so here, I don't really know too much about DOT, Johnny. because I'm not looking for a dot short. I want dot long, right? But I mean, let's just look at the order flow, look at the confluence, look at the I mean, everything just kind of points towards moving up to 26.4, right? So what's the correlation with DOT in Bitcoin when Bitcoin goes to say like 26.4, 26.5? This is what I would do if I were you, Johnny. Let's take off. I'm gonna take off some of the blind limits that I have from the weekend, okay, on the short, and I'm gonna set alerts. Okay, but let's just see where Bitcoin and S&P is at if we breach 300. Okay, and then you can also take a look on DOT. What I would do, Johnny, if I were you, here, let me actually help you out. Okay, ooh. Okay, so what the fuck is DOT at right now? What is it at right now, 4.5? Okay, I wouldn't short DOT probably until 4.759, something like that. So if you wanted to short DOT, brother, I would be really hoping for a confluence or a correlation of something like 4.76 with Bitcoin 26,400, 500. If I was gonna look for a DOT short, I wouldn't even touch it until 4.759, 4.76, brother. Okay, and you also have another point of control around 4.964. I don't think it would go that high. I think that's more correlative to like 27K. Alrighty, but yeah, DOT could actually pop from like here all the way to 4.759. You really don't have that much resistance, brother. Okay, so just be careful. Yeah, and in fact, let retail short 4.6 and get squeezed. I bet a lot of people would try to short 4.6 and they get squeezed. There's a bullish edge. So I started off by saying we were talking about it when it was doing this. First off, give it up for that yellow line. Pixel fuck, pixel fuck, pixel fuck. But even when it was doing this in the morning, we were saying it. Bitcoin has a bullish edge. S&P has a bullish edge. Order flow and option flow, both bullish. Okay, so I would probably say like 62, 63% bullish edge, something like that. I started the morning off by saying if I had to be in a position, I would prefer to be in a long. Somebody was asking about where they were going to be entering DOT shorts. Okay, we actually nerded out on that. I'm not going to rewind that part, but threw out some numbers, interesting numbers. But bullish edge, okay, and then the gammas are kind of interestingly strong. So what I would actually be looking for is S&P to possibly hit 4450 or 4460. Okay, in terms of Bitcoin plans, it's the same as Friday. Okay, in terms of Bitcoin plans, it's the same. I'm gonna try to short here. I'm gonna try to long here. Okay, I would want the short to come first, so then I have a stronger confidence of taking that long. If this goes down instead of grabbing this, then I'm still gonna take that long, but it's a little bit scarier, if that makes sense. Grab liquidity, come down. I'm sure there's gonna be, you know what I'm hoping for, to be honest with you? As we approach the 400, 500, 600 level, whatever that zone is, okay? I'm hoping for people to start talking about 27K, Sato lick, 27K, blah, 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 trapped. Bitch, go fuck yourself type of thing. Alrighty, so we already have identified the levels. That was all of the hard work that we put into doing TA last Friday. And really starting Thursday, right? So, yeah, so it's the same plan. Okay, same plan. But yeah, the only difference between the weekend and now is that we have confluence from traditional markets. Okay, so I would love 4450, 4460 to tap the 26,450, 26,550 confluence, and obviously pull back as well. All right, and there's a little bit of an extension of like retail shorts trapped in like the 200, 300. So what I'm actually specifically looking for is like $100 or $150 5-minute, 15-minute green dildo that takes us into the zone where we want to short. Basically, like make it look like it's bullish type of shit, make it look like it's going to 27 type of shit. Same thing as last week. Have tight stop loss. Stop loss hasn't changed. I still had the blind limits that I said I would leave on Friday, but I shaved half of them off because now I need to pay attention to the confluence that S&P is bringing. So that's pretty much it. It hits different when I'm able to say that it's bullish, even when it's doing this. Because I was like, yeah, I would prefer to be in a long, and look at this nice little recovery. Cokes, there's the same plan, bro, just got here. Correct. Yeah, the only difference with Friday and the weekend, okay, even on Friday, because the volume was starting to die out towards the end after lunch, for example, on Wall Street. But now the volume is back and the option flow is strong. And so the correlation is back. That's the difference. Okay, so we would need to see a rejection at 44.50, 44.60 probably, if we're gonna try to take that short in the 400, 500, 600 zone. But yes, I think as long as you can understand that it's bullish leaning, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a sub 26 position entry long, awesome. Like I said, if I had to choose a position to be in, I would obviously prefer to be in a long. And then there were some people that were like shorting, and so we actually had a nice little discussion back and forth covering probabilities. But the math is the math. So I think it's not really up for interpretation in terms of order flow and option flow. It's got a slightly bullish edge, lean. All right. So if you're gonna take a position just randomly 1,000 times and you get into a short, you're losing more than winning, basically. But if we do approach the 450, 500, 550, even the 6, those are all great areas for the short. And the reason behind that hasn't changed since last week's TA. So yeah, even if nothing happens, that's actually really useful data for the trade that might happen tomorrow, and the reaction that happens tomorrow, whichever side it goes to. So no matter what, it's a juicer. Yeah, so first questions first, let's just keep it dead ass simple, right? What do we say? Is 44.25 supportable, right? Can we break above the golden pocket resistance on S&P? Will 44.50 get tapped before market close? Will it tap during futures? I don't know. All right, and then based off of that, is there any correlation to Bitcoin levels where we possibly want to short? Yes or no? The Prince says 25.6 is a good entry for the home run. Man, I don't really know about the entry, brother. I think it was like Alpeasy that was kind of asking. I mean, look, we're all gonna try to get some good ass entry. I get it. Okay, but like I answered Alpeasy earlier in the morning, Prince, and apologies if it wasn't Alpeasy, but I'm more concerned about that stop loss being a lower low. Okay, I'm not really trying to get like the Pico bottom. You know what I mean? I think there's confluence at 886, 786, volume profile nodes, etc. Prince, but I'm gonna just protect the long attempt with like a lower low, and that's really all I know. The entry is a little bit hard, and so yeah, yeah. I mean, I would say it's like on the bottom side, it's 25.6, 25.7, 25.8 is the zone, and then to the upside, it's 26.4, 26.5, 26.6. So as long as you're okay with, obviously you're probably going to do a net. So just kind of think worst case, best case. Worst case maybe is the two polar opposites. Maybe you only get one limit filled or you get completely stopped out instantly. You know, so you just need to be okay with all of that. Yeah, still no position. I'm hoping that we can get maybe this long together in the next 50 minutes, but Gix has just got my beanie. Fuck yeah. Prince says, okay, let's get nasty then. I see you, Prince. I see you, sir. Yeah, I think the only thing that I'm really certain about is the lower low as the invalidation. Everything else is, I feel like it's all Gucci, whatever you want to do, brother. Yeah, you have like the big swing high, swing low. Do you have this? The box. So the box ends around 256. Okay. So I think, you know, I think it's just common sense. The more Pico bottom you want, the higher probability is that you might get front ran, right? So I think the biggest thing is you just worry about what if you get filled for everything and then stopped for everything. You're okay with that, right? I think that's the only thing you have to worry about. The rest, and I think that also kind of gives you a little bit of comfort going into it, you know, because you've already prepped mentally. So it really doesn't matter what happens. Failmaster says stop loss at 255.00 NT 25750. That would be how it looks. I see you, Failmaster. Almost identical to what we were talking about before. So I dig it. Death by Crit says, I'm basically taking the 76 for long. Hey, I see you, Crit. Yeah. I mean, I think since we've been talking about that long for a while now, so, you know, even when we kind of reviewed it today, it's not really so much about the entry per se, but I think we can all agree that the attempt would have a stop loss on a lower low, you know? So, yeah, and it should look like a sweep, so however way you want to play it. Tough Gnome says, will you come back? No, probably not. But I'll still be here, meaning that it'll be on the YouTubes. You might see me on the YouTubes. Yeah, but do you have any questions though, Tough Gnome? I feel like we're set up, ready to go. Even if it just straight nukes and the first long attempt doesn't work, we have 3 levels, 2 levels below the first attempt, so 3 levels total on the long attempts. So, and I think all of them have a pretty easily definable stop loss. So as we approach down, you know where I'm going to be attempting longs. As we approach up, you know where I'll be attempting shorts. So Griff says, no, not really, still waiting for the math, bro. I see you, Griff. I will definitely go over some of the DM. I think we're good, right? We've talked about the long levels, and we talked about the short areas. So I wish we could have gotten filled today, but I think you guys are pretty well prepped. Keep an eye out for the highlights. Shout out MGK. These are the gammas for now. This includes everything until Friday that I can see. But in terms of like the shorter time frame, it's still the same as this morning. Are we going to tap 4450? If not, will they save it for tomorrow? If we pull down to the bottom side, you're keeping an eye on the 4405, 4400 because closing below that would not be good. But whether it's the 4450, 4460 confluencing with 26.4 or 4405, 4400 confluencing with say like 25.750, that's kind of like the most ideal situation for a confluence. All right, let's see what the reaction is. You guys think it's going to be 4450 during what if it goes to 4450, China dumps it from 4450? I hope you guys are ready. The market makers know what's up. The market makers know what's up. All right, you guys stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow morning. And then for those of you in the Viper stream, I will see you guys over there. Sound good? All right, y'all stay safe. The plan's the same. Risk management officer. Where's our risk management officer? There he is. A little quick message from our risk management officer.